Alright, take two. So my mic was not even on for that recording. So we're just gonna have to do this all over again, which is very, very embarrassing. So I'm playing Zoro Sanji. I'm finally able to play this deck because I've been practicing him with a little bit, and pretty much you play him just like Red Zoro, where you play a lot of low cost at the beginning. But instead of just playing low cost at the beginning, you play low cost stuff for the whole game. So here's the game. I got into a match with a Red Purple Monkey D. Luffy. My turn, I play into a Duval. Right, Duval is really good and a staple for this leader because it's very information based, and the cards you play help you play stuff from your deck, 2 cost or less. So that's why I have the Duval in here, and then I have Sugar, right, just to easily rest stuff, which helps me get rid of low cost things or blockers, and get rid of board easier. So I put the Sugar on top so I could play the Sugar, and pretty much get her back next turn, in case I need her for any other future turns. So he swings 6 to 5 at me. I choose to out counter for 2k, bring me up to 7, try to keep that life lead until I can get him down to 2 life. He plays the Zoro Juro, which is really a good staple for a Red Purple Luffy because it helps him ramp way easier now. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do anything about the Zoro Juro for now. So what I do is I play the Sanji and pretty much just try to set up as best I can. And what I do here is I actually put 3 Dawn onto my leader to swing for 8 to 6 and take back the Sugar for later turns. So that's pretty much what you're doing with the Sugars. That's why she's in here. Even though she can't use her other ability, the second ability where on play you rest a 4-drop really helps with this deck because you're always returning cards to your hand, and Sugar's one of the tech cards that you use to return back to your hand to always get stuff tapped. Sorry, not tech. You run 4 of her. She's not a tech. If she was a tech, you'd only run 1. I run 4 of her, so she's a utility card. She's one of the utility cards that you keep in this deck just to have something to return to hand and play back again to rest something. He swings 5 to 5. I just take it, so he got the max profit off of Zoro Juro right there. Totally fine. It's fine. Whatever. I have a 2-drop Sanji on board, which is my main like swinger. Actually, he's like my main big body technically because even though he's only a 2k, he's the main big body because of his ability where he can pretty much go up to 7k on your opponent. Like he'll stay 7k on your opponent's turn if you can swing with him twice. Because depending how many cards you have in hand, he gains plus 2k, and since you can restand a card with leader ability, he gets plus 4k. So I swing 6 into Zoro. And right here I kind of forgot to math because if I put 2 Dawn, he would have been 7k instead of 6k. So yeah, I just forgot to math there. What I do here is he Hell's Judgment my stuff, by the way, so what I do here is put 2k on my leader to swing 4 to 4 at the other Zoro. And again, I'm trying to get rid of his board as best I can, so I'm not worried about his life whatsoever. And then I play into a Rosinante after I kill that Zoro, just in case he tries to go for my Sanji. And since he gets that 4k until my next turn, that's not enough damage to even deal with leader swing. So he's gonna have to put a Dawn on leader just to even do damage to my Sanji. And he tapped his Zoro. He thought he could swing at my Sanji. I knew that's what he was going for, but I guess he forgot about the 4k. Right here I out counter with Raizo. So because he couldn't swing at Sanji, he just swung at life. But I out counter with Raizo. He plays the 7-drop Booster Kid, which brings him up to 7. And that'll be just enough for Sanji, but I think he actually puts more Dawn on to try and kill the Sanji. If not, he goes for life, if I remember. Yeah, he goes for life. So I block with Duval. It's fine. Right, I have a Rosinante on board. And I draw into another Sugar, which really sucks. And then playing this Usopp really sucked as well because the hand that I would be getting in the future kind of really bad because even though 3 Duvals is really good because he's your main like blocker, searcher, or information guy, I kind of wanted to see like an Ivankov or something or a Urouge. But I just gotta work with what I got. So this time I math correctly, right? I put 2 Dawn onto Sanji, which will bring him up to 7k perfectly. And I choose to swing that at the Luffy instead. I just wanted to get some cards out of hand, right? That's a good bait. Just swinging face to face, make him discard at 1k. Because most likely he will be running big bodies. So like the most counter he'll have in hand is probably like a 2k, 3k, or even a 4k at best because he's running all those big bodies and events. So I swing 8 to 4 at the Zoro Juro, and then I swing again with the Sanji for 9k. And he's not able to out counter, so he takes the life. So I'm doing pretty good on life. And board's pretty okay, right? Because I have my main swinger on board. Not to mention I have a secondary swinger, which is Usopp. He plays the 9-drop Whitebeard. Really, really good for him because I have a lot of stuff that he can easily KO with Whitebeard's swing. So that actually works out for him really well because not to mention he has an 8k swing and technically a 9k swing now because of Whitebeard's ability. But since he only swing 8k to my Sanji, I just out-counter with 2k. And I chose to out-counter with Sugars because like at this point he's only going to be playing big bodies. So there's not really a need for Sugar anymore in my hand. So I just out-counter with her. He tries to swing on my Sanji, but I have the Rosinante on board, so works out. I got to keep it. And then, of course, I draw into the Duval because we've saw my hand off of Usopp, so we just got to work with the 5 cards we get. And I choose to put Monet on top instead of the Duval, right? Because I want to try to get another swinger on board next turn if I can. And also this situation I'm in right now kind of sucks for me because he played the Whitebeard, his leader's now at 8k, but because he attacked with Kid, his leader's now at 9k. So I won't be able to restand Sanji to do anything at all. So what I do is I just choose to go all out with that plus 2k and try to get rid of the 7-drop Booster Kid. So I'm not going to be able to restand Sanji, which really, really, really sucks, but it's fine. I got rid of the Booster Kid, and then I swing 9 to 9 at the leader, which he does out-counter. I think he out-counters with Queen, if I'm not mistaken. And I actually use leader's ability to retake the Sanji because we saw what I'm going to be drawing, right? And I'm not going to be getting any other like Sanji cards soon, my main swinger. So I chose to protect the Sanji as best I could, which was returning him back to my hand, which actually helps me out in the future, actually. It may seem like a weird move to do instead of grabbing counter, but like, again, I'm not going to get another swinger, like any good swingers, like Ivankov or Rouge anytime soon. So I just chose to take the Sanji back. I draw into a Raizo, really cool. I out-counter with Chopper here. And then he killed my Duval off of Whitebeard swing. Whatever, it's fine. And then he actually plays into the 5-drop Luffy. I remember that because the Rush helped me get my Sanji back on board because the Rush actually helped me get the I Could Never Doubt a Woman's Tears from my life, which trigger lets me play a 2-drop or less, which is Sanji, the one I grabbed last round, or last turn. So I have the Sanji back on board, ready for another swing. And with not a lot of cards in hand, less than 5, I'm able to swing with 7k first swing. And yeah, that's going to be it for this game. He didn't even try to out-counter because he can't, because the only combo card he had in that hand right there is Radical Beam. And I had a 6k swing and another swing with Sanji, which he gets boosted again because it's not a once per turn, it's every time he attacks. So he'd be boosted by plus 4k. He'd be boosted by another 2k. So he'd be a 7k plus whatever extra Don I have on. So I put 1 onto Sanji, or Zoro Sanji leader. I already have 2 on him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he'd be like a 16k swing for a 2-drop. If he was able to out-counter my first Sanji swing and my leader swing, he would have been a 16k swing for a 2-cost card. But yeah, that's going to be it for this game. Really having fun with Zoro Sanji. Unfortunately, though, he's not... I mean, he does wreak havoc and he has results, but like with the meta with the 3 brothers easily regaining life, I mean, I could see it doing damage against them. I don't know if I'd see them be taking number 1 in tournaments, but getting results is really good. But again, that's going to be my Zoro Sanji leader gameplay. And quick announcement before I end the video off right here, I will be on like a 1-week hiatus. Not anything for like a break or anything, right? Because this making YouTube videos is not hard whatsoever. So I'll be on a 1-week hiatus due to my situation with living, where I will be moving around my equipment and all that, pretty much just moving in general. So this video will be the last video I make before I go into my 1-week quote-unquote break, and then I'll be back. So yeah, oh, I just realized he had the 10-drop Luffy in hand. He could have played that too. But yeah, that's gonna be the game. That's gonna be the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you after my hiatus.